Stand by for a bite and A with music. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll A. Take it sound.
More than 65 years
10
later,
seconds.
a
Story
local
coming up.
War
Stand
veteran
by.
missing in
Q
action
Jordan over
is
VONB.
brought home to Northeast Oklahoma. I'm Diane Garson-Child with the story.
Roll B. You take Q.
It is National Medal of Honor Day.
Stand by,
Check out
VONA.
the events that honors fallen
Roll A.
soldiers.
Take.
We'll also head to a food pantry over in South.
Keep your music down a little bit. Stand by, VONB.
They serve and how
Thank you.
can help.
Roll B. You take.
And officials say a hacker stole contact.
Stand by, camera 2.
Some Verizon wireless customers are going to learn how it was done.
Take 2.
Doug
Stand by,
Henning has
next
your
1.
weekend weather, Easter weekend weather forecast. Jacob Leonard has your sports.
Roll
This
next.
is Fox 14 News at 9.
Take it.
Starts right now.
Nice fade. Stand by, camera 2. Take 2. Q Jordan.
A hero is welcomed home. Thank you so much for
CG is clear.
More than 65 years after he was killed in action, a Korean War veteran is back home today in northeastern Oklahoma. The body of Army Corporal Eldon Irvin of Wyandotte landed in Tulsa, Oklahoma today and was then escorted by the Army and Patriot National Guard.
Stand by for a
fighters
package
from
in A.
Oklahoma. People lined up along Main Street to pay tribute, of course. Fox 14's Diane Gersonfield explains it's a reunion on this Good Friday. A long time.
Roll A. Take. This package is 137 standard. Tagging this on camera 2.
This day in their lifetimes.
I never thought I'd ever hear of him again.
CG is in.
Pick him up and hug him.
That's not brother.
I
Clear.
don't want him to come back this way, but I'm glad he's back.
First CG is wrong.
Their eldest brother, Corporal Eldon Irvin, was killed in action in November of 1950.
You need John.
He was fighting against the
33.
Koreans with about 2,500 other U.S. soldiers
Yes, sir.
at the chosen reservoir when they were surrounded by
Thank
the
you.
Chinese.
Our brother, he made it back to the top of the hill and turned around, started giving covering fire for the
Sad.
other 3 in the foxhole. When they got up there, he'd been wounded in the neck.
Clear.
And
No biggie.
it was so cold that they carried him back to the aid station, and the blood and everything was frozen, so they couldn't operate on him.
I thought the world had came to the end.
It wasn't until 2001 that recovery teams were able to bring back his and at least 7 other soldiers' remains. Back in
CG is in.
2003, one of Eldon's sisters, now deceased, launched the search. 3 family
CG
members
is clear.
submitted their DNA for testing, and as that technology improved, they were able to
137.
identify
Thank you.
Corporal Eldon Irvin.
It gives me closure, yes, because now we know he's home.
A bittersweet family reunion more than 65 years later.
It was an honor, but it's not near the honor he deserves.
For so long, this was something that hurt my dad up to the day he passed away.
10 seconds out. Stand by, camera 2 for tag.
He's going to be buried right next to Dad now.
In Miami, Diane Gersonfield, Fox 14
Dissolve.
News.
Take 2. Q Jordan.
And that's something. Funeral for Corporal Irvin will be held Tuesday at 1 p.m. at the Paul Thomas
Stand by,
Funeral Home,
VONB.
and he will later be escorted by Patriot Guard riders to be buried at the Seneca
Roll B.
Cemetery.
Take.
This year, Good Friday, today, of course, coincides with the day to honor
CG
the
is
brave
clear. We're gonna wipe
celebrate
straight to a bite
National
and A after
Medal of
this.
Honor Day. Medal of Honor is the nation's highest award in combat. Since 1863, the prestigious medal has been given to military personnel who have gone above and beyond their call of duty and service. Recipients gather each year at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery to commemorate their fallen soldiers. This year,
Stand by for a bite and
nonprofit
A.
group United Through Reading will be the first to receive the Community Service Hero Award.
Roll A. Take.
It's important to understand
18
that
seconds.
the
Unknown
honor
soldier.
bar
VO tag with the
day
web bar. CG is clear up to the
paying
full
respect
screen.
to the fallen men and women that have served this great nation.
10 seconds out. Stand by to Q Jordan
in the
over
armed
VO
services.
tag.
And that's why it's important to be part of laying a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Q on web bar's
For more
in.
information, you can
Stand by, full
log
screen.
on to UnitedThroughReading.org.
Take full screen.
Lynn County,
CG is
Kansas
clear.
authorities have arrested
Stand by to transfer full
that
screen.
man right there. They say is a person of interest in a missing person case. Sean Cook of Iola, Kansas. Sorry, that is not the person right there who's been arrested.
What?
That Sean
Transfer.
Smith of Iola, Kansas has been missing since March 13th. He's 33 years old, 5'6", and about 140 pounds. Now, that guy right there, the person of
He's
interest,
just out of
is
order.
Joshua Knapp. He's not charged in the disappearance.
Okay.
But authorities are holding him on 3 outstanding warrants.
We're gonna go straight to a
for
VONB after this full
for
screen.
Worthless checks.
Do you have the
Green County,
Verizon security?
Missouri for
Thank you.
assault in the 2nd degree. And
Stand by,
a
B.
no bond warrant from the Kansas Department of Corrections.
Roll B. Take.
All right, Verizon Communications says a hacker stole the contact
CG is
information
clear.
of a number of customers. Oh no, right? Verizon says an attacker did access customer information on websites called Krebs on Security. First reported the breach, saying a number of underground cybercrime forum members posted a thread advertising the sale of a database containing contact information of some 1.5 million Verizon customers. The seller priced the package at $100,000, but offered to sell it off in parts for $10,000.
Standby camera 2.
Verizon is notifying customers impacted by the breach.
Take 2.
The U.S. has killed another high-ranking ISIS official. Fox News confirming U.S. Special Operations Forces killed the second in command of ISIS, while Iraqi forces backed
Stand by
by
for a
U.S.
package in
Marines
A.
and airstrikes make their first moves towards taking back Mosul. Fox News national security correspondent Jennifer Griffin has more now from the
Relay.
Pentagon.
Take.
U.S. Special Operators
package is
sent on a
138
pre-dawn
standard.
raid into Syria on Thursday,
No tag straight out to
targeting
camera
this
2 for the
man,
next story.
Abdurrahman Mustafa al-Kaduli, ISIS's number 2 leader,
sorry?
the right-hand man of ISIS commander Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Secretary of Defense
No, I'm not
Ash
worried
Carter
about
says
it.
the raid highlights the military's ongoing focus on
Moving
taking
on.
out the terror group's top leadership.
The momentum
CG is
of
in.
this campaign is now clearly on our side.
Clear.
The United States military will continue to work intensively with our coalition partners to build on this progress.
It's the latest in a number of high-profile ISIS leaders taken out over the past few weeks, including its finance minister and minister of war. All this as Iraqi troops backed by U.S. Marines and airstrikes continue their push to retake Mosul, the largest city still under ISIS control in Iraq.
We put the
CG
battery
is
there
in.
to support the Americans that are there advising the Iraqi forces.
Clear.
And also in a position to provide support to the Iraqi forces.
But critics say the president isn't doing enough to end the threat once and for all, urging greater military engagement in Syria and Iraq.
I don't think
CG is
Barack
in.
Obama is at war with the terrorists. I think the most he is at is a kind of
Clear.
quasi-war. I think that's harmful to the United States.
We're working to
Ten.
try to effectively corner Daesh in a way that doesn't require
Clear.
American forces to have to be in large numbers on the ground.
CG is in 10 seconds. Stand by camera 2 for the next story. CG is clear.
To help strengthen international cooperation in the fight against ISIS. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin.
Take 2, Q Jordan.
Well, the investigation into Tuesday's deadly terror attacks is ongoing. ISIS taking responsibility for the Brussels attacks, which killed at least 31 people and injured 270 more. Belgian authorities carrying out raids in the city as the U.S. offers to help in any way it can.
Stand by
Fox
for a
News
package
senior
in B.
Foreign Affairs correspondent Craig Pelcott now is in Brussels with
Roll
more.
B. Take.
Authorities taking
Package is
action
132
in Brussels,
standard.
raids around the city.
We're going to wipe straight to a
Believed
VO and A
encountered
after
bag of
this.
Explosives wounded and arrested in the Scarbeck district. The mayor there says the operation is linked to Tuesday's attacks as well as the arrest of a terror suspect in France.
We know there are
CG
other
is in.
networks because even though the one that carried out the attacks in Paris and Brussels is in the process of being
Clear.
wiped out, with a number of its members arrested, there is still a threat looming.
Belgium facing criticism for not doing more to prevent the attacks. Turkish officials say Ibrahim al-Bakrawi, who blew himself up at the Brussels airport, was caught last June and deported to the Netherlands. Ankara notifying both Dutch and Belgian authorities al-Bakrawi was a terrorist fighter, but he was set free due to lack of evidence.
Such
Ten.
incompetent governments. We detained this man in Gaziantep and we deported him.
Clear.
We sent him back, but those gentlemen didn't
Excuse
do
me.
what was necessary.
Secretary of State Kerry in Brussels to meet with Belgian leaders and honor those killed. Secretary Kerry defending the country's officials, saying critics are, quote, jumping to conclusions.
As the dragnet begins to close in various places around the world,
Clear.
unfortunately, we may see some lone wolf attacks. But as a whole, Daesh is being decimated.
The Belgian
Ten.
Prime Minister said his country is doing its
10 seconds.
best to
CG is
play
clear.
a positive role in the fight against
Stand by to
terror
Q Jordan over VO and
and
A.
contribute to U.S.-led airstrikes against ISIS. In Brussels, Greg Palka.
Relay.
Fox News.
Take Q.
Pope Francis holds Good Friday Mass at the Vatican.
CG
Pontiff's
is
service
clear.
at St. Peter's
Gonna go to
Basilica
an
is part of
Nexio
a
hero.
schedule of events marking Easter.
Good
On
night.
Sunday, of course, a fellow priest asked the congregation to abandon any feelings of revenge or resentment after those recent terror attacks in Paris and Brussels. That story we just heard about. Following Mass, the Pope attending a Way of the
Stand by,
Cross
hero.
ceremony at the Colosseum in Rome, marking the path Jesus Christ took to
Roll it.
his
Fade it in. Nice fade.
Time for us now to
Bring it down
honor
just a
one
little
of
bit,
our
though.
heroes.
Thank you.
Warren Roberts
Back out on camera,
served
too,
in
for the
US
T's and
Army
B.
From 1943 to 46, a native of Joplin, Roberts was stationed over in Germany and France, and we are very proud.
Stand by to fade this out. Stand by 2.
Roberts. He's tonight's.
Start your fade. He's up. Stand by B.
Okay, he has your full forecast
B,
coming your
take-
way next. Later in sports, the
Stand by to kill his
Jayhawks
mic and bring
move on
full.
to the Elite Eight. How about that? We're going to hear from head coach Bill Self.
Kill his mic, bring full. Stand by black. Fade. Take black.